The one thing that crept into my head time and time again as I was watching the latest Evil Dead is that I've seen this before. But unlike Evil Dead 2, that was basically an upgraded version of the original movie, and the 2013 Evil Dead, which while not overly original, brought the brutal and bloody world of Evil Dead to life in a way not possible before. Rise, however, does absolutely nothing new, and instead just recreates the same Evil Dead tale in such an unimaginative way that it feels deader than the deadites the series is known for. Sure, it's more Evil Dead, which is never a bad thing, but it just feels so watered down, so formulaic, so, well, lifeless, that it's more of a mere imitation than the true Evil Dead we've grown to love over the years. Sure, it has the evil book, creepy recordings, demonic possession, blood, guts, shotguns and chainsaws, but at this point, we've seen all that done before. And again, even the setting, it's all been done in an isolated setting before, and this is my biggest issue with the movie, is its wasted setting, as even though this movie is set in an apartment block, 90% of the story plays out on just one floor, in just one apartment.
Open up now.
I really did think we was going to get multiple levels of horror and deadites on each floor. It would have been crazy like Aliens but with deadites, but nope, just one small dark flat and a dark hallway. Maybe it's my fault for having high hopes that this was going to be a treat along the lines of The Raid, #Alive or even Sweet Home, but I guess if a formula isn't broke, don't try and fix it, just do the same thing over and over again. Another issue I found with the movie is in its characters. God damn, is this the most one-dimensional family out there. So let's break them down. You have a pregnant rocker chick. Her character is that she's pregnant. Then you have the mum character. She's a mum and also a tattoo artist. That's her character. Then you have the three kids. One's a DJ, that's their character. One's a weird little girl who cuts up dolls, that's their character. And the other one's just kinda there. I think she's meant to be an activist or something, but yeah, that's the extent of the characters' personalities. The family dynamic is ridiculously underutilized here, which leads to the viewer just not giving a donkey's todger about what happens to any of them when the shit does hit the fan. And yeah, none of the Evil Dead movies have the most well-written characters, but in the originals you actually believe Ash and co were mates, and in the 2013 version, the brother and his friends trying to cure the sister of her drug addiction had some actual weight and drama behind it, and it actually bled into the plot nicely. But here in Rise, nope, just a family of quirky, angsty, try-hard cool characters who all act like morons throughout. Yeah, honestly, they are stupid. The mum in this movie literally tells her kids not to use a lift after an earthquake, then 10 minutes later does the exact thing she just told her kids not to do. She uses the lift to do some washing, and in the process, she gets possessed.
You never take the elevator after a quake.
A few moments later.
This could all be forgiven if the top tier horror and gore elements the series is known for was of the highest quality in Rise, but again, they failed to deliver. Sure, there's plenty of blood and some half decent visual effects, but the kills and imagination behind any of the violence just feels extremely watered down, especially when you compare it to the wince and gag inducing blood soaked special effects extravaganza of the previous entry. I'll give praise to the mum's deadite performance though, as she had some truly great lines and delivered them perfectly. Again though, these scenes are few and far between, and the rest of the movie is just tame, schlocky gore and cheap, undeserved thrills. It's by no means a bad movie, but overall it just feels like a massive step back for the franchise. Even the Book of the Dead looks absolutely awful with this stupid teeth on the side in this movie. Oh, and the movie has a jarring plot hole that makes no sense. You see, in this universe, if you are injured by a deadite, you are pretty much fucked and are likely to become possessed yourself. However, even though it is teased, pregnant rock band woman whose name I don't remember doesn't actually end up being taken control over. Even though everyone else in the movie does after they've been injured, she gets stabbed in the hand, her hand starts twitching, and then the movie just completely forgets about it. Maybe I missed something. If I did, just let me know down below in the comments. But the biggest sin of the movie is this line.
Moms on nights and we're watching all the Freddy movies in a row.
Even the shitty ones.
There aren't any shitty ones.
Yes, the kid says, do you want to watch the Freddy movies? Which obviously is referring to the Nightmare on Elm Street series, but any real mega fan of the Evil Dead franchise knows that Freddy, Jason, and Ash Williams are all part of the same universe. Yeah, that's a bit picky, but hey, I'm a nerd, what can I say? That's my roundup and rant over. If I had to rate this one, I'd probably give it a 5 out of 10. It is watchable, but I expected more. I hope we do get another Evil Dead soon, but one that takes a few more risks with the aging formula. As per usual guys, I hope you enjoyed the content, and until next time, stay tipsy.